Switzerland for the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2014. It's the second time in 4 years this charming Swiss mountain village has hosted this event, welcoming more than 230 athletes from over 30 nations. Champéry, though, is used to visitors. They've been welcoming tourists since the 1850s. We're getting to the business end of the competition here at Le Palladium Sports Centre. Our featured match is the men's third versus fourth playoff, and that is Norway against Switzerland. Norway having secured their place, winning the tiebreaker over the Czech Republic. I'm Alison Walker, alongside me, Kenny Edwards. We'll be bringing you live commentary on the whole game, as well as updates on the rest of the action inside the arena tonight. Here's the lineups then in our featured game. The lead, Havard van Petersen for Norway. Second, Christopher Svaa. At third, we have Torgeir Nergård. And on the Norwegian skip, Thomas Ulsrud. For the home nation Switzerland, the lead is Stefan Meijenberg. Second, Simon Gempeler. Florian Meister plays third for the Swiss. And their skip, Sven Michel.
Games will begin in 1 minute. Good luck and good curling.
And there's the playoff situation. The 1 versus 2 games, Sweden against Italy, also going on tonight. And the passage towards that gold medal game. Everything still to play for. There were the round-robin standings. Sweden all conquering, 9 wins. Italy, Switzerland and Norway following up. Scotland 3 and 6, same as Germany. And some hard work at the bottom of the rankings for a couple of those teams. So the other games going on inside here. We have the women, 1 versus 2, Russia against Switzerland. 3-4, Scotland versus Denmark. But this is our featured game. And Kenny Edwards, I think this will be a good one.
Yeah, I think so. Both these teams are quite aggressive, and Norway are renowned for having lots of stones in play. Norway, current world champions, winning out in Beijing in 2014. So these guys believe they should be getting through. But Sven Michel, European champion from last year in Stavanger.
And Norway haven't had the smoothest of passages to get to this stage, have they?
They haven't. They've struggled somewhat this week. They've lost to what you would class as teams that were a little lower in class than the likes of Switzerland and Sweden.
Of course, everyone wants to beat the big guns of the sport.
Yeah, Sweden 9 and 0 in the round robin. That's something that we would expect to see maybe from Norway. They've been here so many times.
Yep, Norway European champions in 2011, but they are always there or thereabouts. This is Havard van Petersen, 30-year-old, 17 years a curler, playing lead for Norway. Owns a business and juggles all that with his curling. Stefan Meijenberg, 26 years old, the lead for the Swiss. Lives in Steinhausen. First year on the team. Played in the university games in 2011 and 2013. Christopher Sva, second for Norway. Quite a character in the Norwegian team, nicknamed Pompey. Lives in Oslo. And this is Simon Gempeler, the second. Oh, Sven Mikkel played in the Olympics in Sven's team. And of course was part of that gold medal winning team for the Swiss in 2013. So, plenty of experience in their ranks. There's the rules of play for you. 8 ends minimum. 38-minute thinking time, quite like that. And 1 60-second timeout. I also like that. And the players certainly seem to have embraced that.
Yeah, they've certainly embraced the 38-minute thinking time. So at this moment in time, the clock is not running. So if you're wanting to play a draw, be quite aggressive, go around the corner guards, you're not being punished for being quite slow in your play. The more negative teams are pretty quick on the clock when it was the 73 minutes total time. But I still think there's things that we can be doing for the game in terms of the timeouts. There's 4 people out there on the ice. They really should be able to make a decision for themselves. I'm not sure it has a place.
To get the coach down?
To get the coach down, no.
Generally speaking, at this level, most of them have made up their mind what they want to do, and it's more a confirmation, it's more an affirmation that they're doing the right thing.
You see the double takeout from Switzerland.
Torgen Ergaard, 39-year-old. It's almost been curling as long as he's full of his life. Obsessed, passionate, really into the sport, these guys, aren't they? They keep coming back for more.
Yeah, the word was that Torge was going to throw the towel in at the end of the season. And they've actually thrown the wrong stone. I actually can't believe that.
That does not happen, does it?
But it does happen with these Norwegian guys because they're so relaxed.
You would still look at the colour of the stone.
You surely would. And to be fair, Sven's taking it in good spirit. Some people can allow them to affect their play, but they're just going to play the takeout.
Florian Meister, new to the team this year. Has he got the right one this time? Oh yes, he does. They have had a bit more to do today, the Norway team.
Yeah, losing out to the Czech Republic in their last round robin game, and then managing to beat the Czech Republic in the playoff game earlier this afternoon.
Yep, so when it really mattered, they came up with the goods. This man did.
Trying to get this one round in behind the red to try and set up the chance for two. Oh, that's a great shot if they've got past. They haven't.
Just catches it, doesn't it?
Yeah, new team for Sven this year. A little bit of a surprise that he only retained Simon Gempler at second. But they're full-time curlers now, so it's all about the commitment.
Yep, you've got to think who's available and who isn't, who can commit to the full-time scenario and who's prepared to do it. Thomas Olsrud, 43 years old, in curling for 33 of those. Massive figure in the game of curling.
Yeah, nice hit and stick. That makes it quite difficult for Sven to play the hit and stay.
Juicy.
So Sven Mikkel, 26 years old. 2013 European champion. He'd love to win it in front of his own crowd, that's for sure.
Yeah, he sure would. It was, in no disrespect, last year it was a little bit of a surprise that they won the European Championships against Norway. They really hadn't shown any form up till that point, and then they just had one fantastic week.
Certainly put Switzerland on the radar for winning at the top level.
A nice hit and stay by Thomas Olsrud. Switzerland with last zone advantage because they finished third in the round robin. So there was no draw the shot before the game.
And there's the good view of the trousers. I think that's the Captain America trousers. Fancy pants. Last throw of this first end from Sven Mikkel. And all clear. So we start the game kind of afresh in the second end. After one, Norway 0, Switzerland 0. So we're taking a look at the 1 versus 2 now. That's Sweden against Italy. Italy, the surprise team. More than holding their own and more than capable of it. Switzerland waltzing through, unbeaten.
Robert.
Stefan Meinberg, this is his first European Championships, so it's interesting to see how he performs this week.
Yeah, particularly when it gets to the really crucial stages, the prospect of medals.
Yeah, that one was a really nicely played shot right into the forefoot. It's really key for a front-end player to get right in and control the forefoot area if you're chasing the game, or you don't have last stone advantage. And this guy, Howard van Petersen, just makes the nice hit and roll to the side. Howard is really one of the world-class leads out there. Just shows how important the leads are in the game.
Very consistent player for Norway. So the women's third versus fourth, that's Scotland against Denmark, first end. Ronnie Nielsen with the last stone.
Yeah, big mistake from Lennon Nielsen. With that last stone advantage, you've really got to score two. But only pick up the single.
There's the situation at the bottom of your screen. Just 1 point scored by the Danes. As we go back to our featured game, Norway against Switzerland, and the stone of Simon Gempler.
Yeah, that one really curved hard. They dropped the weight. We just got caught out a little. And Norway now can use this centre guard to draw into the forefoot.
Nice hat.
Yeah, Peter Moa. Done a lot of coaching over the years, not just Norway, but other teams in Europe as well.
Yep, seen him around at a few tournaments. These two teams also playing on the outside sheet, Kenny, which might have an impact as well. But that's a nice shot. Here's a Swiss coach, Robert Hulaman. Doesn't give too much away, ever.
Yeah, so just opens things up. And, Switzerland will try and get an opportunity to remove that one that's in the forefoot. Coming into this, although Norway have come through a playoff game, you've got to say that they are the favourites for this.
Yep, with all that experience behind them.
Yeah, these guys are so relaxed. Spoke with them yesterday evening. They knew they were struggling. They're not hit top form this week, but they just do enough to call the right game, and they get over the line.
Yeah, tactically, very, very much up there as one of the best.
I think the key for most teams is to make yourself hard to beat, first and foremost.
And will the extra games work for or against them, do you think?
I think these guys play a lot of curling anyway, so in terms of fitness, it shouldn't really make much of a difference. Mentally, it's pretty tiring out there. You're out there for 2.5, 3 hours. But these guys are at it most weekends in the arena.
Sneppe videre om noe. Ganske lik linje. Linje det nå. Tre. Kjøle mye nå. Bare dø. Håvard venstre mål. Rent. Vi glir inn. Vi sklir inn.
Looking at the list of Torger's honours and wins, virtually doesn't settle on one page. These guys really have done so much over the years. They've won so much.
Yeah, they were always the bridesmaid for so many years as well, though. They never quite won a gold medal.
Yep, that elusive world medal this year finally came their way in Beijing. Had a disappointing 5th in the Olympic Winter Games. And 2 silvers. One is Stavanger in 2013. And Karlstad in 2012 as well. But that gold medal in 2011.
Yeah, the first European title that Thomas Olsrud and his team won was in this arena in 2010.
Yep, the year before Moscow when they followed that up.
So Norway lying 2 now, and Switzerland know they're probably going to have to score in this end. So will they try and get one right into the back of the forefoot, or drive the guard back? Looks like they're just going to try and chip this red and roll in behind the corner. It's a very, very difficult shot. Got to make sure they get past that top red, because they could push that into the rings. So expect them to be on the high side on this in turn.
Sven Mikkel.
Oh, makes a nice double, but that back red stays in though. So if Norway could ever hit and stay, it's going to be a great force.
Sneppe hardere enn forrige. Og her har han godeste Kempsvik kølla over. Eller Gempsner, mener jeg.
Yeah, so Norway will just play the nose hit on this outside yellow and force the one. So key to the game, scoring 2 points when you have last stone.
Especially against a team like Norway.
Yeah, so will he play the hit or just the draw in? I think he's just going to play the hit. Yep.
Niet weinig, het vlog. Geef me nog leeg. 10,5. Ja. Goed aanzaken. Ja. Niet lastig.
Last stone of this second end from Sven Mikkel. Just making sure of that single point. Hitting sticks, and they get the one. Not what they would have wanted. Good end from a Norwegian point of view. After 2, Norway 0, Switzerland 1.
Ja, absoluut. Jacqueline! 3, 4. Linie is goed. En 20 voor de 4 op de 3. 4. Achtung, leuke nog op. Voor de 4. Voor de 4, switch. Nou, linie is goed. Ja, ja. Goed is op, goed is op. Ga met jongens, ga met jongens.
So into the third end.
Nog mee, nog niet. Keep top. Goed zo.
This third versus fourth between Norway and Switzerland. Live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2014. We're in Le Palladium in Champéry in Switzerland. Alison Walker and Kenny Edwards bringing you all the action as the teams build towards those medal stages. In the other men's game, the 1 versus 2, Sweden against Italy. We'll bring you an update on that very shortly.
Ja, drüber hoch, geile Ding waren. Drüber hoch, hè? Drüber hoch, drüber hoch. Nee. Hey.
Keep Grace on.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple of stones in play this end, Alison, so Haverbar Pearson going to move the yellow off the top of the 4. They've got last stone advantage. They want to pull the play away from that centre line. You see Howard looking up to the big screen.
As promised, the 3rd versus 4th, Scotland against Denmark. We're updating you on. Second end, the Danes 1 up after that first end. Eve Muirhead, the final stone.
Yeah, just looking to tap the red in. That one flew right past That's a big steal of 2. So, an uncharacteristic miss from Eve, and 3-0. Denmark lead.
Yep, dreadful start from a Scotland point of view. All right, mixed championship for Scotland's women.
Ingenting. Jeg har den. Har? Nei, full fart. Ser du ikke det med den treffen for, så burde den ikke rulle så langt. Full fart.
That one just hanging around in the 12-foot, maybe.
Everyone having a quick look.
Thomas not really sure of if it's in or not. They're just ignoring it and just going to draw around the corner guard.
Yep, just pretend it's not there.
So the man behind the trousers, it was his idea, Christopher Svei.
Yep, just wanted something just a bit more interesting. Well, they certainly have got trousers that are more interesting.
It actually does go against some of the rules. Generally, the rules stated you had to wear black trousers, but there was nothing in the Olympic rule book to say you had to wear black trousers, and it's good to see.
As long as it showed the flag in some way of your country, which those colours do. And they've got hundreds of variations and patterns and colours. And it is very much their trademark now. And they were always a bit concerned at the start that they would become better known for their trousers rather than their good play. But actually the two have come together. Two supers working hard here. Ooh, that was a whisker, that one.
Yeah, great scrub by the guys there. They got that past that guard by millimetres to spare.
Let's just see how close it was.
Just shaves past. Interesting to see how the ice conditions change this evening. It's got very, very cold in Champéry in the evenings, and the frost has built up on the side of the sheets. So the ice conditions do seem to change throughout the game. You might see some teams going for a shot that you probably wouldn't maybe play from the textbook, but you've got to play them because that's the only shot you can make.
Yep. These guys are on the ice, though they know the variations to an extent. They know how to play them. They prefer the tried and tested pathways, that's for sure. This looks a good one.
Yeah, just push that through and roll to the open side. Problem for Norway is everything's back tee, so it's not the greatest spot. They would want things high. They've got to make a play in this. Some nice hit and roll play from Norway though. Not playing big weight, they're just playing the controlled takeout weight. A little bit more control with it.
Hæ? Yep.
Sweepers doing their stuff.
Ingen soper. Hardt! 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 Yep.
Yeah, there should be enough room on the in turn. So the left-hand side, a clockwise rotation for a right-handed player to remove them.
Nej. Achtung, Kliuse!
So they were trying actually to hit and roll in behind the yellow. But
it's not a bad position.
yeah, so this call from Thomas, it's aggressive, but it's not too aggressive. He's got to really go for this. Chance for Switzerland. I think some of your elder statesmen within curling wouldn't have went for that shot. They'd probably just played the hit double on the yellows.
Everybody has an opinion about what is the best shot, how to play it, whether they should or shouldn't. Whatever you do, you've just got to be confident doing it. And generally, these guys are.
Linja gull nå! Linja gull! Stopper om en meter. Ja.
Skal du ha for mye, da?
Ja, for lang, egentlig.
Ja. Det jeg mistenkte gått så mye Steinar har blitt kostet opp, at det der siger jo... Ja.
Det skjer jo for siden, da. Ja.
Sven Mikkel, his last stone, just trying to make things as tricky as possible for Thomas Aasrud's final stone. Wanting it to come round a bit more than this, though. Frustration. The two of his own yellows roll out. And Thomas Aasrud has a relatively easy shot in his last stone to make sure of two.
Yeah, sure was a big mistake from Sven Mikkel.
På linja!
Kan ikke røre på fart. Kan ikke røre. Farten fin, det 8-9. Ja, det ikke noe vits å koste på.
And this one's just going to pull up in time. A little bit heavy though, but score of 2.
He's always got that other one as a stopper, if you like, as well. Gets his 2. So Norway take the lead after 3 ends. Norway 2, Switzerland 1. over to the Scotland game against Denmark. Last stone. 3-0 up to the Danes after that error from Eve Muirhead in the second end. I wonder if that's playing on her mind here.
It might do. She's got to draw just fully 8 for a single point. The double, very, very difficult to play that double. You lose that, you could go a further 2 down. And this one needs to take a seat. And that one pulls onto the button. So a single point for Scotland. Not the way they would have liked to start their 3-4 page game against Denmark.
But making the shot, and that might have just eased things a little bit. Right, she says. Two 2-1 in our feature game. Norway against Switzerland. Third versus fourth.
Skal splitte senter. Ja, rent, nære da. Font tight. Nå køler den mye. Køler mye nå. Japp. Rekker. Japp. Litt til. Japp. Bra. Bra var.
Here's the numbers so far. Now it's Switzerland's turn to try and build something for this end. I think those are go faster shoes.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
Florian has on.
Yeah, I'm not convinced about it. They look like baseball boots. They don't look as if they're the most mobile for a player that's going to be sweeping.
I guess as long as he's comfortable in them. They do the job. I think they look quite smart though.
Yeah, they're known in the circuit as clown shoes, so that's what the players call them.
The man known as Bumpy, which is Norwegian for gummy bear.
Yeah, he's a great personality. Loves the social side of the game, Christopher.
Just loves travelling and meeting people. What about the women 1 versus 2, Russia against Switzerland? Let's check in on what's been happening there. 2-0 to Russia. Third end.
Yeah, they might have a shot for 3 if they can just hit the pocket. Tina Felcher just not been throwing these takeouts as she would have liked all week. She is the world champion. This one way inside. And it's a steal of 1 to Russia, so that's a 3-0 lead.
And the way Russia are playing, you cannot afford to give them that kind of advantage, even at this stage.
I'm a little surprised she played it on the in turn, probably an out turn shot.
Russian side unbeaten in this championship. Sweden also unbeaten, and they're looking comfortable in their game against Italy. So this one given plenty of weight.
Yeah, through the heat with that one.
Ja, absolutt det. Bra. Så det var godt sett.
Yeah, Christopher carrying a little bit of extra timber this year. I think he really focused on that Olympic charge to Sochi.
Ja, finn du seg best.
Yep. He was as fit as a fiddle. This man also played in the Olympic Winter Games. Sven Mikkel. Perhaps perform as they wanted, or get the results that they wanted.
Yeah, I think the Olympics has brought an extra dimension to the game of curling. Great call by the skip there. They knew that was heavy, so they called to click the centre guard to take a little bit of weight over it.
It's ended up in a pretty decent position for Switzerland. Here's the scores for you, the very latest. Every game here. 4 games going on in this arena. All with something at stake.
Ingenting. Vær med.
Yeah, makes the hit, but might be able to squeeze the red across the top, playing the double. Look at that, really, it sticks most of the day. Might be better just playing the hit and check in, get a good shooter in behind that red centre guard.
Meister watching closely.
I think that's maybe what they tried actually, just to try and get a good shooter in behind. Switzerland moving things around to their favour at the moment. They won't mind the way things are stacking up.
Torgan Ergaard, the third, 83% for the tournament overall.
Bra. Ikke mulig å få så mye med innsida der, altså nå snidde av egen brød.
Yeah, now the angle's a little different. They might go for the double. Second red will probably push over the top of the yellow.
Sneller! 80% for Florian Meister.
Enten eller bare dra hit. Det er sykt.
Det er sykt. Skal jeg legge opp en racestopper?
Hvis du ser der, så må han kjappe på. Og da blir han jo toer bare her. Enten eller garden da.
So Torgan, Thomas just having a bit chat. Expect to see Howard make his way down at some point. No, he's not. Howard's very, very good at calling the game. The lead for Team Norway.
It's not just that he doesn't want to miss out on the chat.
Yeah, Howard himself used to play top end through junior level.
The combined years of curling that this man and the rest of them must have. It's frightening.
really has put the commitment and the focus in over the last sort of 10 years.
Jeg tror ikke det kan sammenlignes. Altså, det var en hard take. Det var en 11.
Well, success has come their way as a result. And I reckon they wouldn't be doing it if they weren't as hungry, because it is a big commitment. He's 83%, Thomas Olsrud, the Norwegian skip.
Flyter her ute.
Bare vann.
Og ikke drag.
Myk vann. Hardt på gul, Sva! Hardt på gul! Bra han ikke spilte vannet.
Så Sven sin er her også.
Han også stakkar.
Yeah, I would have liked to stick the
Sven sin treneren satte
red in the back ring.
Sven sin også trekker ned der, ikke sant?
But you see the yellow-red double is pretty tricky. You've got to get quite cute with the centre guard.
Flå! Ik zeg er nou ganzen nog 2 centimeter. Kijk. Geef me daar over.
Godt så, ja.
Sonst können wir noch Selfie und mit einfach Nase.
Gerade drauf ist schon gut, der rollt täglich.
Gut. Ja, aber das ist der Doppel einfach. Weißt du, ich würde in den Cornerguard gehen, oder nicht?
Ja, gut. Kannst schon so, ja? 10,5.
10,5, 11 ist gut, ja.
So just looking to drive the yellow back onto the red. And set up a chance for scoring 2.
10,5. 10,5. Yep.
79% for the whole tournament. Misses the red though. He's missed a couple in this game so far.
Så det er køl der, altså. Husk på
Det er ganske mye mer her i første gang, eller andre gang.
Ja.
15 her.
15 her, prøver å rulle bak. La han gjøre et spill. Rulle half and half, rulle til senterlinja, så han ser halve halv. Okay. Det har vært fint. Ja, prøver det. 15.
Yeah, Norway can maybe force one and turn the hammer. They could hit and roll in behind the centre guard, force Switzerland to play against 2. If they could just roll half a stone in. That's a tough shot now. Thomas fairly happy with that one.
Yep, turning the screw on Switzerland here.
Perfekt bereiken kann es gehen für 0, aber kein Risiko nehmen.
So last stone of this 4th end. So Mikel wants to make sure of getting this on counter.
Yes, squared that one big time, threw big weight at it. You need to throw that one.
He knew straight away. What was he thinking?
Yeah, you just need to throw that one control. And this is where the Swiss team find themselves in a difficult spot now. They trail 3-1, and this is where they maybe are a little bit weaker than most of the teams that are out here this week. They struggle to get back at teams when they're 2 or 3 down.
Certainly talented enough. There's maybe a mental thing going on there.
Ligger bra. Bare gå. Ja, gå da. When they're hard.
Into the fifth end of this our featured game. Third versus fourth playoff between Norway and Switzerland. Big mistake from the Swiss in the last end. And when the Norwegians get their tails up, they're usually very, very difficult to beat. But the Czechs came right back at them, and other teams have too.
Achtung! Hamid! Go! Go! Hamid! Go! Nog niet!
Yeah, Switzerland looking to score 2 and tie the game up going into the break. They need to throw corner guards. And this is a rematch of the European final from last year, and it was Norway who just didn't turn up in front of their home crowd in Stavanger.
A couple of different players in Sven's team. So what's happening in the women's third versus fourth? Scotland against Denmark. 3-1 to the Danes. Fourth end, Annie Nielsen with the last stone. Can reveal what awaits her. And that yellow stone approaching the house. Yep, and safely in for just the one shot. So Denmark extend their lead. Scotland 1, Denmark 4 after 4.
Switzerland struggling to get around that centre guard.
5-6. Linja begynner å bli tight.
Might have thought Thomas Olsrud would have peeled that corner, but he's obviously just going to go for it from the word go.
So that stone settles. We look at Sweden against Italy. Last stone. Sweden looking very much in command in that game. 4-0 up.
Yeah, they talk about the luck of the Irish, but I think they've had the luck of the Italians this week.
And this one doesn't look as if it's going to work out either. Goodness me, that is a surprise. He's not got the touch yet. It's 5-0 to Sweden there now. It's a long road back for Italy. They have had a superb week though.
Da tror jeg fortsatt det litt mye i. Den litt is. Den stupte bra på slutten. Ja, nå stoppet. Nå skal den ikke stoppe. Ja.
8. Ja, hold den i gang. 8-9. Ja. Ligger bra. Gå
En liten bit.
Ja, og så egen.
Quite wanted to catch that other red.
Hva synes du har skjedd med Harra? Helt perfekt.
But Norway still in a good position in this end.
sweet. Ah, genau. Okay. Okay. Hva med en slags sentergard da? Bare litt på den siden så han ikke kan dra i hullet.
Det er den vi garder, ja. Akkurat nå får den bedre shot rundt den.
Ja, det er greit. Så bak 10 på midten?
4 fot bak, 10-line.
Vil du ikke køle litt over?
Litt mindre.
Pass på at du ikke kommer ut i det trådet.
Pass på at det er lenger enn det der, så du ikke får rullet bort fra. Det er inn en del, da.
Hit. Ligger bra. Køle om vi kan. Vi må forbi egen.
Ja, prøver det.
4-5. Ja, jeg vet ikke. Ja, forbi egen da, i hvert fall. Hardt! Hardt! Bytt nå!
Oh, the guys are working hard. Will it catch it? No, it doesn't. Pass the yellow.
Hardt, fortsett! Fortsett!
Det var godt å få den dit. Når det var 4-5 her, da dro dere på slutten.
Well, they had to work hard for their money there. He's thinking, gosh, why did I do this? Chatting to the Swedish team that they know so well. And the Swedes in good shape in their game too. So both teams pretty relaxed.
Yeah, nice shot from Switzerland though, rolling the shooter and the red stone into the forefoot.
Still the red that's counting stone though.
That's a great shot.
Yep, I did it exactly right, and he did. You saw it on the big screen there.
I'm really surprised that we're playing the peel on this, but just playing the scoreboard intelligently.
Just leaving the one red hanging about. The Russia-Switzerland women's game, 1 versus 2. Pelcher needs to get her team back into this. Last stone, looking very intently.
Yeah, has a chip for 2, possibly 3, but she's having a game to forget, really, just not throwing it well at all.
Great chance there, but only left with 1, 3-1, Russia over Switzerland.
Vi har ikke spilt så mye utover her, men jeg tror ikke det går bananas her. Vi har helst ikke rulle bak den corneren.
Whatever game you're following or watching, there's the latest, getting you updated with all the action here. This is the one we are concentrating on. Norway against Switzerland. Look at the intensity on Haver's face there as he was sweeping.
Yeah, that's something that Thomas Oswood has really improved on, certainly since I used to play him back in the early noughties, let's say. He does make them hitting sticks now, whereas before, back 2000, 2001, he wasn't making them, he was hitting and running out of play. And that's something he's really improved on.
Just shows there are always aspects to the game that you can learn, different techniques. And the ice has changed an awful lot as well, the quality of it, to allow these great shots from these very, very good quality players. Even sweeping's an art.
Yeah, these guys spend a lot of time in the gym working on their technique and fitness. They're out there for 3 hours, a couple of times a day, so they're working really hard.
Not that the skips do much sweeping, only when absolutely necessary.
Prøv å spille samme fart. Nå vi se.
Again, key for Thomas Olsrud to hit and stay. Doesn't want to leave the chance for Sven Mikkel to blank.
Wow. Andre vei, kanskje? Andre vei. Ja. Ja. Følg leggen så!
So they were looking to hit and roll in behind the guard just to make it a little bit more difficult. But I think I'd have played on the safe side and hit on the nose. Now Sven Mikkel will just throw this one away.
Yep, the send has gone for him now. He needs really to get more than one. Guys just keeping an eye on it. But away through it goes. The end is blanked, which means the score stays the same as the two teams go into their half-time break. There's the scores going up, 0-0. After 5, Norway 3, Switzerland 1.
Second end, and Switzerland versus Norway. Sven Mikkel having to play this nose hit on the outside red, being forced to the single point. Second end, Thomas Olsrud sitting one back of the 8 foot. His trademark shot, drawing the house for 2, and does it with relative ease, throws it right back there though, and a lead of 2-1 they took. Fourth end, Sven Mikkel facing 2, trying to blank the end with a big weight. Threw this one right up the hill, and it never came back, and a big mistake and a steal of 1 for Norway. Score 3-1 after 5 ends.
Vi trodde de måtte gå kosten med en gang da, og så bare, oi, vent da. Så bare flyr den liksom, man gjør det. Da ble det jo veldig bra resultat. Men det var... Nå på treningen skjørte jeg fra kamp.
Let's update you on the other games. In the women 1 versus 2, it's Russia 3, Switzerland 1. The third versus 4th, Scotland 1, Denmark 4. And in the men's 1 versus 2, Sweden 5, Italy 0. So a lot of work to do for the Italians in the second half of that game. The fifth end of the Scotland-Denmark game. Muirhead final stone. Scots were 4-1 down. What is this for? She's going to make sure of a 1 here. She does. So 4-2 now after 5. Here's the stats after the first 5 ends in our featured game. Norway 3-1 up, as we know. Actually not a huge amount to choose except in the draws. Perhaps stolen point, of course, for Norway. We've had the refreshment. And I guess more of the same is what their coach will be saying. Not sure they've been tested too much as yet.
No, they haven't. Sven Mikkel just throwing what can only be as a crazy shot in the 4th end. Just big weight, trying to blank the end. Play the double, take it 1.
Yep, very uncharacteristic of him. Norway get things back underway in the 6th end. Live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2014. We're in Le Palladium in Champéry in Switzerland. Great to have your company wherever you're watching and listening from around the globe. The best teams in Europe in action in this arena. Stefan Weinberg, 83%.
Yeah, had a couple of slack shots here in this game, but throughout the week he's been pretty steady though. Hasn't done too much wrong.
Certainly hasn't been phased by the occasion.
And I think he's possibly thrown this one right into the rings.
He's checking himself. I think he's okay.
So they're going to put the measure on this just to check that it's biting the rings or not. Because if it's in play, i.e. within that scoring area, the painted blue circle, you can remove it from play. But if it's not, it's what we call the 3-guard zone. So the first 4 rocks, as long as they're short of the scoring area, can be removed from play. So
it's pretty close.
It does touch, so it is in play. So a mistake.
So what's he saying there? Sorry about that.
Yeah, that mistake here in the first stone that Switzerland play dictates what happens right through at the end.
Yep, so they will rue that shot. And away it goes. So chance to make amends now, hopefully.
Yeah, he'll just try and throw this one halfway, I think, Alison. This time on the in turn.
Vanlig pilsva. Bonus å bli sittende på vingen.
So Christopher Svei with the old school lift of the stone.
Ren, ren, ren.
Might be too late for him to change now.
That's a nice shot in behind the corner guard.
Back to the 1 versus 2, the women's contest between Russia and Switzerland. The Russians 3-1 up. And I see the Rova. The Russians skip with the last stone.
Yeah, just looking for a piece of the button. These guys have been absolutely superb all week.
A few things to negotiate, but this is looking pretty tasty.
Yeah, the Russians do look tasty, and they lead 4-1 now.
Another nice shot from Anna Sidorova. That 4-1 lead after 5.
Ja, for den der.
Jeg tror du må ha ganske tynt der, ja. Tynn hold nesten. Tynn hold. Det er risk for at du... Ja.
Det er såpass imellom, Svan, så jeg lurer på noe Håvard sier det. Tynt som mulig der. Nei, da tror jeg du...
Se på det du, da.
Nei, det er ikke drei, det er såpass imellom, da.
Ja, ok.
Du får ikke tak i den gule den veien.
Jeg tror han går uansett.
Ja, prøv den veien her, da.
Gå og se på det, da.
Den veien er ikke sikker.
Det er masse tid, gå og se på det.
Ja, vær med
Sinnssykt
på.
dumt å bomme. Nei, god.
Ja, greit. Her.
Nesten kjapp.
For høyt. Du vil jo rulle vekk med skytteren nå. Du vil drepe der.
Ja, du vil jo det.
Ja. Ja,
Det er
greit.
litt for mye luft, skjønner du.
Tror du treffer den der, da?
Nesten kjapp litt.
So Thomas Olsrud and Harvan Peterson discussing what they should do. Howard, the lead, never generally comes up unless he disagrees with the top order.
Jeg er enig med dere. I
90%, 99% of the time, Howard's right.
Yep,
So
yep. So they do value his input for sure.
Så, du vil egentlig spille pil og prøve å rulle hit, ikke sant? Så den går inn. Tror jeg vi får med oss den på veien.
Nesten
For
kjapp.
høyt.
Vi skal
I think
helst,
Thomas Olsrud still has to go through
helst
that.
treffe sånn at vi ruller av, men...
But what about this, and
Håvard
this?
sin gikk veldig rett her, altså. Jeg tror noe sånt.
yeah, I think. Oh, that was not a clean delivery. You see the stone kicking right across the body.
All over the place. I wonder where this is going.
So not the cleanest of deliveries, but gets the result.
And 89%, which is not bad going from Christopher. Let's watch this again.
Yep, brings the stone right in behind and then kicks across and then brings it back out.
He did straighten it up pretty quickly.
It's not something from the textbook, that one, but gets the result.
Yep, works for him.
And that's why you don't generally see people lift the stone now. You've got to bring it round your body and then back across the front of your body, and that's what twists the stone and results in mistakes being made, really.
You've got to think you're going to have more control by not doing that.
I think it's Christopher's done it for so long, there maybe wasn't the understanding of the technique back in the day when Christopher began curling. It wasn't an Olympic sport back when Christopher, myself, and a lot of people started the game. But it's moving on.
It's become a lot more refined. But a lot of the more experienced players still do the same things and still achieve great results. And this style of delivery is more textbook from Florian Meister. 75% game accuracy.
slå litt langsomt.
Ja, så er det han. Liten der! Du er vanlig?
Her kan vi rulle litt. Rann.
Ok. På deg da, der er vanlig. Rent!
Jorgen Ergaard, 86%. Very consistent player for Norway.
Rent! Rent!
Wow, ligger noe utrull!
Følg leggen, Svan. Følg leggen. Ja, så.
Bra.
Perfekt.
Yeah, Norway will look to try and force one. That's why they wanted to hit and stay with that one from Torga.
Så det er moro for å være med på verdensrekord.
Spets up!
Syn av!
Oh!
Nyn, halv.
Hey, what? Wow. Nien. Go.
Yeah!
Florian Meister just hit it and checking to the left-hand side.
Helt vilt å rette inn til Norge går, altså. Det er helt... Jeg prøver i hvert fall myk vanlig å slappe. Vanlig! Ja.
Thomas Olsrud, 88%. He's been very solid in this game. I'm sure he's had the most difficult shots to make.
He hasn't, but that's his strength, is just doing the basics very well.
Paul, that's good.
So it's a half-stone double. I think Switzerland will take this on because they're trying to blank this end. You either try and draw in around one of these stones and wait for a mistake.
69% for his game accuracy. He could do something working out for him.
It's a big weight from Sven Mikkel. Just maybe feeling the pressure a little bit in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, you can tell he's not completely happy.
Yeah, Sven's what you call a confidence player. If he's not playing well at all, he's generally got to fancy your chances against him. And then whereas Thomas Olsrud, them guys can play bad and win ugly and grind a result out.
Yep, they've had a few of those in the past, those types of games.
I think that comes with experience though, just winning games where you shouldn't, by keeping yourself close up till the 10th end and just ask the question of the opposing skip.
Just hang on in there, and things can still happen. And that's what the Czech Republic did against Norway earlier on. Second time of asking, Norway won through. They're 3-1 up in this game against the Swiss.
På litt en eller annen kamp, så har de ikke gjort. Det er bare å være med på å hente en kopp til seieren, da.
The last stone of this sixth end.
Yeah, he's popped this one right back. And he might have to go for the double. And again, just making a big mistake.
thinking.
And as we said, Sven struggling to get a foothold in this game.
Bad miss for Switzerland.
Er det 2 inn?
He's handing this to Norway on a plate.
Ja, jeg er glad.
After 6 ends, Norway 4, Switzerland 1.
Tight guard.
To the 7th end, as you can see, of this our featured game between Norway and Switzerland. Bad error from the Swiss in the last end, but still time enough, and not too far behind. Get back into this.
Easy. La spille over.
They could do with some shots going their way, just to give them that lift, get them back into the game, the Swiss.
Yeah, their top end is really struggling. Stefan himself has played pretty well. It's a new team for Switzerland, and that might be just telling here when we get to the business end of the week.
Yep, the 2 new recruits, just been in the team for a year or so. First season.
Howard was quite animated to which turn he wanted to throw there. In turn. That's maybe why he's wanted to ask the Swiss to be chasing them in the end turn. Yep, that's exactly what they want to do.
As you say, Kenny, it's about doing the basics well for Norway.
And that's exactly what Norway have done this evening. Just kept it very simple.
Nog in. De laatste. Go. Go, Chris.
Let's see what's happening on the other rinks. Here's Russia against Switzerland. And this is the Denmark game. Scotland against Denmark.
And that is a great shot from Lena Nielsen. Is that a score of 3? I think it is.
It's a healthy number to put on the scoreboard. And they're already 4-2 up.
So 7-2 now. Yeah, big surprise, Denmark turning Scotland over.
And she's got some new team members also. Enjoying themselves in that game. Is there a twist in the tail in our featured game, Kenny, do you think?
It's hard to say, Alison. I honestly believe Thomas Olsen and his team are so good when they get 1 or 2 shots up. They control the game. They know how to call it. They play the scoreboard, and they don't make very many mistakes at all.
So danger they might become complacent or switch off or go off the boil.
Well, if anyone is going to go off the boil, it would be this guy here, Christopher Svei, who his mind does tend to wander at times.
Please, bra satt.
But I think Norway have to make a mistake just to let the Swiss back
Ja,
in.
det der er ganske stor for. Det er ikke rart jeg glemte meg egentlig den pilen skått ned i. Vier, fünf.
Vier Knut. Achtung. Flo, wenden, Flo. Achtung, Linie ist gut. Darf einfach nicht hindern. Komm mal hier. Ah, nein, Steff. Ja, komm, lass mich nicht hindern. Go, 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 komm mit. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, it gets in round behind the corner, so I think Norway will just either drive the red back or pull the guard.
Få ikke blitt for tjukk og ikke tynn.
Får han ikke bare en ny en da?
Ja, men ideelt er hvis du får en trøtt der, så kommer han hit I hvert fall.
Yeah, I think the easier shot would be just to drive the red back, because you can see the red stone. So much easier when you're throwing a stone to something you can see. If you're throwing it to nothing, it's really, really difficult.
Rent. Ja, tynnere og bedre egentlig. Hard! Hard! Hardere! Hard, hard, hard! Helt inn! Helt!
Makes the yellow go away. And everything's back T. So Switzerland still have a chance maybe of scoring 2.
Askefall kan du vurdere. Av egen kanskje drøyt.
Also switch. Linie kommt gut. Linie ist gut. Achtung. Freeze. Tia! 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 Tia!
Is this going to make it past the other yellow? It does.
Go, go, go! Good.
Yeah, but it's only sitting 3rd shot.
Ja, vi sitter 2. Legg han ikke seg innsida av dem. Ta et slag.
Away from this and over to the other game on the other side of the arena. Russia against Switzerland. Russia very much in command in this game. Binia Felcher with the last stone.
Yeah, just looking to hit the 8-foot for a single point.
They're still not out of it by any means, but it looks like Russia are playing well within their means. After 6, Russia 4, Switzerland 2. And on the outside rink, this is our featured game.
Yeah, I think they're just playing the scoreboard, and this is where Norway are so good.
Rent, ligger bra.
Don't allow other teams to get a silly 3 off you. They're just going to peel that corner guard. They knew that was the one that was causing them trouble. Sven Mikkel wants to play the double. The 2 yellows are going to be close together, so you've got a chance of making the double.
Han må gjøre det vanlig. Han må gjøre det
Beste sjakken er så på egentlig.
Snitt dann 2 Brustfach. Så.
Ikke sant? Han har litt varianter, da. Man døsser
Hier,
ikke.
dann muss ich da irgendwie
Ja, man kan skjønne at det er så
mal so könnte man.
foredrar Den og så her.
Mal. Den könnte ja da ankriegen, das ist ja gleich.
Ja, okay, ja.
Oder einfach oder so.
Ja, dat is net het gevoel, met 2 niet.
Dat muss einfach
Ja,
sehr präzise.
selbst wenn du da Nase kommst, kommt er einfach auch Nase.
Ja.
Da gibt es auch keinen
Da
Winkel.
gibt es keinen Winkel mehr. Okay. Ich würde da nicht schlecht. Da gut.
Genau, willst du
Yeah,
kommen?
I actually quite like maybe driving the yellow onto the yellow, the red, or maybe even corner freezing the centre one.
I think it was the yellow onto the red they were looking at. There you see both sides of it. Where he wants it to go.
Tjep! Wow! Tjep! Wow! Tjep! 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 Go, go, go!
Yeah, it's a nice shot that. Gets a good separation between the two yellows. Maybe a little surprised they're going for this yellow. I thought they might hit the open one. Because if you do hit that other red, they're more than likely going to set up a double. So you hit the open one, maybe go in behind the two stones in the 4 foot. Don't think they even looked at that shot, Alison.
Jeg tror ikke vi krøller mye, Torger. Jeg tror hvis vi skal spille vanlig her, så skal jeg ikke ned isen sånn, altså. Eller vanlig hopp, elver.
Yeah, for me the shot would be the hit and roll in behind.
Så. Ja. Prøv å nå på innsiden nå!
But, this time Howard's maybe not right.
Or has he been overruled?
Maybe, the thing is, if you nose hit this, you leave an easy double, you've got good separation between the yellows. If you hit the open one and roll in behind, you've got to get very cute with your own yellow.
Yep! Hardt! 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 Hardt!
Oh,
Optimalt.
gets a little bit lucky by spinning that one right across the face.
Så ikke vært så mye tynnere. Jo, jo.
Is that 2 reds counting? I think it is.
Da kann man mal so drin. So.
You see Thomas doing the takeout.
Yep! Hardt! 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 Hardt!
Very dangerous call, that one.
Da zuerst mal drüber bringen. Schnell weinig.
Was willst du so?
Würf.
Dat is een gelbe. Ja.
Sachte.
Ja, 8 oder 9.
Ja, das Perfekte wäre wahrscheinlich der hier über mit dem ein bisschen abbauen.
Rollen, ja. Ich finde 8 gut. 8.
Ja. 3/4.
Ja.
Vielleicht sogar ein bisschen mehr, oder?
Having a good look through the binoculars.
Das ist gut.
Swiss coach Robert Hurleman.
Sven Mikkel has been out of sorts in this game. That extra weight, yeah.
Just hasn't quite got back on track, has he?
Egentlig liten rull en av veiene, liten rull inn nå, står det vi. Tror jeg easy boards der, ja. 15 der. Med Chaps blir liggende helt på linja. Halv stein inn, så har han over hodet. Jeg tror ikke han har noe, altså.
Du tar den egentlig.
Nei, altså. Vi kan prøve da.
Ja, nose finnes ikke den her.
Nei, nose finnes ikke, altså. Det er så brennhardt. 15.
So Thomas will just look to play the takeout. Check a little bit inside, maybe. And hopefully force Switzerland to pick up one, but the sweepers are going really hard on this one. Does enough though.
That has been the story of this game. Ulrud of Norway just doing enough to keep Switzerland at bay. Just doing enough to not let them back in. So 2 red counters there for Norway. And again, the best that Switzerland can hope for here is their 1. Last stone of this 7th end. And Sven Mikkel. And he makes that one without too much ado. But it is just the one shot. And after 7 ends, Norway 4, Switzerland 2.
Ja, så han kommer til å gå litt hardt for det. Derfor er det greit å...
Meantime, in the Scotland-Denmark game, there you see 7-2 to the Danes. So very, very important shot for the Scottish skip, Eve Muirhead. And just makes that one okay, but not really making too much inroad into that deficit against Denmark. Scotland right up against it. We're on 3 now, after 7 ends. Scotland 3, Denmark 7.
Go, go, go. Gaan we nog liggen, Goed, lang.
So we're into the 8th end of a featured game between Norway and Switzerland. Live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2014 in Champéry in Switzerland. Sam Walker and Kenny Edwards bringing you live commentary on this game, which the Norwegians have been in control of almost from the start.
Yeah, sure, Alison. And this just shows how much confidence Norway have. They're in the 8th end and they're playing tick shots, and they're splitting the house to have 2 corner guards. When you knock the last stone, you don't want anything on that centre line. And that's a great shot for her, Van Petersen.
There's a comparison.
Yeah, the difficulty of that tick shot is really, really high. You're just looking to catch around 1 inch to 2 inches of the stone. Perfect weight.
We haven't seen too many of those in these championships this week.
No, we haven't, but I think it's to do with maybe the ice conditions and the confidence of these teams. It's after an Olympic cycle. There's a lot of new teams. They maybe just don't know each other well enough yet. Know how they throw the stone and how they ice each other. But these guys have played together for a number of years.
Ganske lik fart. Ja, ingenting. Ingenting. Prøver. Ingenting. Kommer seg nå. Ingenting. Ingenting. Få vekk egen da. Kostkul bak 10. Kostova.
So that one pushed right through, and we played the 4 rock free guard zone. So
back it goes.
It's really surprising how Howard plays them shots. He only has full sight in one eye. He got attacked by a reindeer when he was a child.
I think that's folklore, that story. I'm not convinced that's true. I will check that with him at some point. Anyway, it doesn't seem to impact on his play. Very, very accurate. Comparison of Christopher Svart and his opposite number. That one's going to hang about. Swerved back in. Over on the other side. The women's game, 1 versus 2. That's Russia and Switzerland. You can see the scenario there in the house.
Yeah, Switzerland managing to find their feet in this game. Sidrova having to play a tap draw against 2. And they're going really hard on sweeping this one. This is finishing. Gets past the top one. Have they done enough for 2 though?
Have they done enough for 1?
It's a big ask. They're tapping the yellow.
It's a tricky final stone for Anna Sidorova. We're going to have a measure, are we?
Yeah, I think we're going to have a measure on this one.
I think it's the yellow.
Yeah, they just acknowledge it is a yellow, so it's a steal of 1 for Switzerland.
So maybe that's a bit of a turning point for the Swiss. After 7 ends. Russia 4, Switzerland 3. Sometimes you need a wee thing like that, a measure or something like that, just to go your weight and turn things around.
Yeah, Switzerland going all out now against the Norwegians. 8th end, a really important end to score. If you score on even ends, we should score on that, technically the 10th end, and hopefully win the game.
That looks like decent set-up play from a Swiss point of view. I don't know that we'll see these yellows around much longer. 1 of them away.
Spill plaats. Vliegland. Go switch. Milan, jongens.
Yeah, Switzerland trying to just protect this stone in the forefoot. I'd like it maybe a foot further forward.
Det er litt kø å la den spille her. Enten eller skyte. Poenget er at hvis vi skyter og misser, så mister jeg at vi får en bedre shot. Jeg liker den. Enten å prøve her, eller ta en clean.
Da prøv å kjøre ned da, men risker å rive med den da.
Ja. Hår høyt.
Another discussion here, Kenny. Everyone having an input.
Hva liker du best da?
Hæ?
Hva liker du best?
Jeg liker kanskje den best.
Ja, nei. Det er liksom så kort avstand nå.
Prøv da, hår høyt. I verste fall, jam, så er det jo
Oh, he thought he made a decision there, changed his mind. No, he hasn't. This is it.
Yeah, Norway will just look to drive these guards off. Don't want to get involved. Open the centre up. Not too worried that they've taken that back red. Good awareness of the angles, that's why Thomas was going to sweep it to try and keep it as thin as possible.
Switch. Ja, linje is kort.
Linje is niks laat. Wat dan ook?
Wow, wow, jongens.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Spel snoert.
Wow.
Spel snoert. Wow. Kan niet.
Wow.
Goed zo.
As is again, from a Swiss point of view.
Den går litt innan. Tenk på at vi skal rulle en sang. Nå skal vi prøve. Vi skal passe på ikke. Hæ? Ja, men over nesa. Det er så jævlig å henge på avtalen der, altså. Jeg tror innan er mer ærlig, altså. Vi skal ikke være for cute med den.
Kler du bare den så fein som man...
Ja, vi drar bedre enn det der. Ja.
Yeah, so Norway looking for that double once again. Quite a nice angle to roll a corner guard as well.
This time, Thomas Olsrud having a go at it.
Whoa! Whoa! Egen svar! Egen!
A great shot by Thomas. Peels the double.
Look at the difference in terms of performances, hits, draws, total percentages. Tells its own story.
Yeah, it sure does. That's Sven Mikkel just been throwing too much weight with the hit. And a lot of rotation as well.
Swiss crowd trying to G them on.
Dat is zo goed. Stef.
Yeah, go on, Kenny.
Yeah, just to the back 8 foot, trying to get around that to try maybe force one or pick up the steal. I'm sure Thomas will see enough of this one though.
Just not quite far enough round there.
Yeah, the only player in the Swiss team that is Sven himself that hasn't really fired this evening. It's going to be disappointing for the rest of the guys. They played pretty well.
I do think Norway have played well within themselves. And not really been challenged as such. Which could all change, of course. Let's see what Thomas Olsrud makes of this last stone. And he wants that one to head out if he can, and it does. And he's blanked. No score. And Norway retain the hammer. And from a Swiss point of view, they're running out of ends after 8. Norway 4, Switzerland 2. And you can see there is a game finished there. And that is an absolute walkover for Sweden. Italy never recovered from losing that 4 in the third end. Disappointing performance from them. And here is the last stone of that game. Nothing quite happened for Amos.
Yeah, the Italians somewhat of a surprise this week, but they haven't missed anything. And again, getting a little bit lucky, clicking the red guard and coming down into that 4 foot.
I think, shall we call it quits now? Are we going to get back into this? They got their 1 there. More of a respectable score. Let's keep our powder dry, keep our energy, keep going. But another victory for Sweden. They march on unbeaten in these European Championships so far, and looking very, very strong indeed. Headed up by Nicholas Edin. Time back in our featured game. This is the 3rd versus 4th playoff game.
That's a great shot from Halvor van Petersen. He gives it the thumbs up to the camera.
Yep, he liked it. Into this 9th end. Let's take another look.
Yeah, just trying to push that yellow away from the centre line, open it up. As we said, the 4-rock free guard zone can't be removed from play if it's short of the house for the first 4 stones.
So the Swiss start to build again. And the replay certainly been passable.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they're going for the tech shot with this one. I thought they might just peel that red stone.
Ja, halv stang høyre. For 9. Først løsere. Ren. Ren. Wow. Elve. Wow. Wow. Ja. Wow, 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 wow. Ren. Ja. Wow. Egen. Hardt på egen. Alt bra på egen. Alt bra på egen, gutter. Kom igjen.
Yeah, chipping this one the other way. And that's a great shot from Howard.
Bra spill over.
Two perfect tick shots.
Good to see them. If you're a curling fan, gives you an idea what you can do. Here's Simon Gempeler. Now, what can the Swiss do against something like this, Kenny?
You're obviously waiting for a mistake. You're just looking for a nose on a guard or a hit and stay maybe for a single point. But
Denmark, Scotland game. 4 versus 4 women's playoff. Denmark in a great position. 7-3 ahead.
Yes!
Annie Nielsen with this final stone of the 8th end. And in it goes for a 1 to Denmark. And that is enough to give them the victory. Good performance from the Danish team.
Thank you.
The Scots had that hammer blow in the 6th, losing 3. Final score, Scotland are out. Scotland 3, Denmark 8.
Ja. Gå. Vær så god.
So a couple of games left on in the arena.
Da spiller vant med Isvar.
Vi kan godt gå, vi må
Du kan
ikke
godt
ligge.
gå vant, altså, Thomas. Det er helt greit.
Including this one,
Ja,
a
vi
featured
har
game.
det. Halve.
Nesten halv. 40.
Vi myk vant der da.
Husk hvor mye pilene kørte ut der.
Ja.
Vanlig vant.
Det var lenger ut, Sva.
yeah, they're maybe a little surprised they're going after the shot stone.
Myk vant. Japp, gå da. Hardt. Hardt. Push. Hardt. Hardt. Helt inn. Hardt. Ren.
Makes contact though and removes it. So someone looking for another guard.
Det er altså du, for det blir ganske klart.
Ja.
Zwei, drei, Linie ist gut.
3 bis 12 ist gut.
Schauen.
3.
3 bis 12 ist gut. Carla, noch ein bisschen Switch.
Japp.
Switch. Switchen.
Zieh.
Hey, nicht Switch. Ja, noch ein bisschen Carla. Hey.
70 kanskje?
Hva spiller en vanlig elver, eller? Hvordan fart vil du spille?
Er det vanlig kanskje?
Ja.
Ja, vanlig 11 da.
Ja.
Eller i hvert fall bort til den andre der. 11 så klarer du ikke å ligge der midten så.
Vanlig 11. Wow. Rent. Wow. Dør vi den?
So that one makes the take out and removes everything from play.
Vorne 12. Tjep. Wow. Tjep. Linje.
Florian Meister. And sweepers to work hard.
Go, Verbina.
Manages to clear that guard.
Yeah, Switzerland really looking for a big mistake, but Thomas Olsrud isn't being lured into the trap that Sven Mikkel's laying here.
Fin linje. Ligger bra. Gjerne kølle litt, gutter. Svan nærmest, da.
Farta som betyr noe.
Svan nærmest.
Ikke hør på. Helt ned på T-line. Helt ned på T-line.
Se bra ut. Må vi bytte hvis vi kan.
Yeah, we don't seem too concerned about this one. Or is it going on a bit?
Ingenting.
Greit, det er vel. Bra kosa.
Ja. Har glatt. 15 blank av det.
Jeg trodde han var en plass.
Wenn wir jetzt 10 Grad machen, müssen wir beim letzten Fries machen. Dann nicht ganz runter 2 und dann ist ganz vorbei. Wenn wir jetzt friesen, ist okay. Aber ich weiß nicht, ob es von hier geht.
Ja, das ist hier auch knapp.
Ja, wir sagen hier.
So I think they know they're going to have to make a play now, so they're going all out for a freeze.
Ninth end. They may only be 4-2 down. It does look like an uphill task for this man and his team. It's something dramatic to happen now.
This one looking quite nice. Right onto that redstone. Maybe it's a little bit too much separation though.
It was the right idea.
Nei, vi tar en clean. Torger, det kan kanskje være nesten også like greit å rive med seg begge, altså.
Olsrud looking as if they're fairly relaxed, just going to have this stone out.
Det kanskje nesten bedre, altså, i stedet for at han fryser. Gjør han en dead freeze, da? Ja, greit. Da drar du på en da. Fint, det blir ro på bestemmen.
It's going to be wide open.
Fint, det greit, ok.
They want to take that back red as well, so they can have an 8-foot draw if Sven Mikkel tries to come around the corner. Yeah. Plays the pick.
And away it goes. And only one other game on in the arena tonight, and that's the women's playoff game, 1 versus 2, Russia against Switzerland. 4-3 to the Russians. We're in the 8th end. And I see they're over. Let's let the Swiss back into this game. But she gets one there. She taps it. Doesn't look too happy with that. So that one not over by any means. After 8 ends, Russia 5-3 ahead.
Yeah, a little surprised that Sven Mikkel is hitting this one. It's kind of nothing shot, this. I think you've got to go around the corner guard with that, or play the freeze. By doing this, you're just giving up the hammer. You're going into the 10th end with nothing really.
And you're behind in the game.
Also, normalerweise machst du ja. Du hast 3 vorne, kannst einfach einen am anderen abschießen.
Kom ned! Yep.
So here's Thomas Ulrud.
Ja, hele veien inn. Hele veien inn, fortsett.
At the final stone of this end.
Yeah, it sounded as if he wanted to take his one there, so a nice score of 1.
Yep, got his one. Don't think he's feeling under any great pressure. Playing very much within themselves, the Norwegians. These boys have a lot of work to do. It's 9 ends played now, and Norway are 5-2 ahead.
So yeah, Norway electing to throw this one through. They don't want any stones staying around.
Airflow. Floor stay. Ja. Ja. Dat is goed. Goed zo. Goed zo.
Ja, 15. Vi skal ikke sitte med egen. Nei, jeg gjør ikke det. Ser lite ut. Litt til, ja. 15. Japp. Wow. 15. Nære. Wow. Nære. Japp. Wow. Nære skal. Nære. Japp.
So Norway looking for this tick again. Maybe just caught a little bit too much.
Bra satt. Nei, det er det. Han skal ha.
And that guard going to be replaced. So at 3 down.
Yep, they need 3 to level things up. The Swiss. That's a lot to ask. Looking at what's happened so far in this game.
Go, Hamid. Good.
Yep. Whoa.
So if anyone's going to give you a mistake, it's probably going to be here with Christopher Spey. And just does enough to tick that one away. And that's the first mistake we've seen from Christopher.
Jævlig rart. Jeg tror at
det er en liten rygg der.
D-line.
I think if they'd had 1 to maybe level things up and maybe 2, but I think 3 is a big ask in this end for the Swiss. Even with mistakes from Norway.
Nee, we kunnen niet verstekken, jongens. We kunnen niet verstekken. Hij is er in Hoes. Als we naar de hinderen.
Ja.
Oh.
Yeah, although it doesn't make the rings, it makes it a little bit difficult. He's got to make sure he runs with this one. So Sven really looking for a big mistake from Team Norway.
Kan splitte inn, eller? Kan splitte inn? Så lenge han ligger der, så kommer han aldri rundt så gjemmer seg bak den, da. Det klarer han ikke, så kanskje vi skal spille den dobbelen der. Man klarer ikke å splitte den inn heller.
Nei, jeg tror det er vanskelig.
Ja.
Sjansen hans er jo å klare å få til en biter bak her.
Ja, sjansen er å få tak I den som en guard, ikke sant?
Ja. Men trenger vi å prøve dobbelen, kan vi ikke bare ta den clean?
Ja, ta clean til siden.
Ta clean, altså! La han ha den der.
Ja, for det er ikke noe vinkel sånn. Det er vinkel sånn, ja. Det er ikke noe god vinkel. Nei, det er ikke noe lett for det.
Jeg kan godt prøve.
All three of them have decided.
For å få C-lege med det som ligger der ute.
And here we go. François, after that slight wavering in his last stone, what will he do here?
Is there another slight mistake? Might have done enough. Does leave it sitting around, but that's what we've come to see from Christopher Sva.
Towards the end of the game as well.
Yeah, just takes his foot off the gas and makes a big mistake.
Ja, direkt. In 8. In 8. 4 plaats. Wow, sicher mal switchen. Hij moest in 8 haben. Ja. In 8, in 12. Go.
Yeah, just looking for this one deep to try and get a bit of separation between the stones.
Yep, and it's not a bad shout there.
Ja, men den I huset her tar vi 11, eller?
Ja. Min siste sto jævlig rett på den. Rent. Ja. Hardt. Rent. Ja. Rent. Ja. Rent. Bra, David.
Yeah, Torgan Ergaard makes that yellow go away, just hits it half stone and rolls out. Really difficult to see how Switzerland are going to score 3.
Yeah, maybe 1, maybe 2, but
might actually be tempted to try and play the split or the straight tap back.
Oh! In de 4. In de 4. In de 4.
Yeah, that's a poor stone. Just chipping the yellow across. That means it's not really there for a split now. Probably play it with the hack weight, but there's a yellow guard in play just above the shot. And you see that yellow, meaning that red-yellow combination is not in play.
Kjapp kan I teorien bruke som en guard da. Kan vi pille av? Det ikke noe vits I å være noe fancy?
Ja, han får dratt rundt der da. Han klarer ikke å gjemme mye der, da får du tatt den der etterpå.
Jeg tror det altså.
Han må skåre på resten av sine, men...
Ja.
ikke så lett å klære av hverandre der heller, altså, Thomas.
Nei, jeg ser det.
Så han får en rundt der.
Vil du kanskje heller rulle hit, da? Og så kan han runde, så kan vi skyte, miste da, så er han helåpen. Ja,
Jeg tror det er bedre forsikring der.
Jeg tror det.
Selv om vi ruller inn, så drar han rundt der.
Ja, han gjør det. Spiller en vanlig take eller noe sånt.
Ja, han må ha 2 stykker ut der. Får til det, så kan vi splitte ringa.
Innenfra vanlig.
Japp! Hardt! Hardt! Hardt!
Helt sikkert.
Hardt! Ren! Ren!
Nei.
Han sitter bedre enn jeg. Ikke rør det. Han står bedre enn den klarer. Perfekt.
So a nice shot from Norway, heading and rolling across to the 12 foot. That means if they draw around these guards, they won't be sitting shot.
Florian Meister.
In de vier! Achtung! Nee. Nina is uitslag. Nee.
And Stone really has to count. And it's away. Outside, and they've run out of stones. They cannot make up the deficit.
Yeah, handshakes from Switzerland, but Switzerland drawing for 2 against Russia in the 9th end, and that ties it up.
So, well, one game finishes on the right, victory for Norway. We've got a game on our hands in the other rink. A solid performance by the Norwegians. Kenny didn't have to do too much. And they go on to play Italy. And really coming into their own now in the latter stages of the competition.
Han var ørlete prega, var han ikke det?
And if you're Swiss, disappointing performance.
Sorry med de 2 pilene, altså jeg tror den første trodde jeg virkelig skulle kjøle god.
It's these guys
Og den var kikker, det skjønner jeg.
who move on. Final score, Norway 5, Switzerland 2.
Er det sagt, ja? Får jeg en liten snickers liggende her?
So the only show in town is Russia, Switzerland in that page 1-2 game for the women. Game tied at 5-5. Russia with that last stone advantage. Really controlled this game. A couple of mistakes from Anna Sidrova in the second half has allowed Switzerland back into the game. Switzerland are going to look for a steal here in this 10th end. So Ekaterina Galkina, 26-year-old from Moscow, full-time curler, former synchronized swimmer, trying to draw in.
Marta! Ga niet! Oscarla! Tia! Hoog! Hoog!
So this one just chipping the red to the back of the tee. It's exactly where you need to be though. Switzerland looking for stones just back of the button.
Sweep, Fortje, sweep!
So Russia looking to peel the guards off.
Squat! Wechselen! Wechselen! Dat is goed, richtig is goed. Oh.
This guard from Switzerland just maybe overcurling slightly. I'm sure that Anna Sidorova will just try and drive these two yellow guards out of play. Alexander Saitova for Russia.
Sweep! Sweep!
Big weight.
Whoa! 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 Sweep! Oh!
Looking very close to the triple as she made it. Spins the yellow over the top. It's very thin, the triple. Makes the two yellow guards go away. Opens up that center line. Both hands really available for Russia to draw down if they need them with their last stone. So Margarita Fomina for Russia, who has been far and away the best third this week, really making absolutely everything.
Certainly their most consistent player. And no Russian team has ever gone through this championship undefeated. The Russian women still on course for that at the moment. winners, of course, in 2012.
So Sweeper's going really hard on this one. Just peeling that one off. A little bit inside maybe, but does the job. And as I said, Margareta has played absolutely phenomenal this week. And I believe that's the difference of why they are in 9-0 in this page 1-2 game.
But is this their most testing challenge thus far? And maybe the pressure getting to them a little bit. Binia has won that world title, so she knows all about pressure, especially in Canada.
Yeah, that's a big, big win to win a world title in Canada. But this is where the top colours of the world are this week. In Champéry. And that was a nice shot. Although they don't sit, the yellow at the top of the forefoot is only second shot, and they're right at the back of the four, so I think Russia might be calling a timeout with this one.
Блин, это очень сложно, девочки. Вот так вот, и вот только вот так. Вот так — это плохо. Она толкает, и нам вот то, что у меня здесь камень будет стоять, вообще ни о чем. Карта, до свидания. Если он чуть зайти, тоже плохо. Здесь тоже хорошо, вот так. Она толкнет, мы пробьем. Да, и хотя бы следил, чтобы его можно сделать. Или уже тянуть его сюда, прям прижимать. Короче, like two options: peel the guard or try to play.
Yeah, for me, Alison, I think you've got to peel the guard with this one. Roger Smith been asked to tend to ice from the bench for the timeout, and if you play something in to the forefoot, you might leave them a little pocket or a hit and check in, and if you peel that centre guard, you're always going to be having a shot to win the game.
And you only need one shot to win the game.
Yeah, for me, this is not the shot if they're going to play the tap.
They're just making it a bit more complicated for themselves.
That's maybe where Russia are very, very weak, because Roger maybe not up to strength with what the modern teams would do.
You think he's seen enough of it. He's been around the women's game and the Russian team for a while now. He knows their strengths and their weaknesses. And that's one of the reasons they brought him in.
Yeah, these guys would certainly be just peeling that centre guard. I don't think any of them would be playing this shot.
Well, from a Russian point of view, it doesn't come back and bite them. She's 75% on her 10 draws.
Немного очень. О, очень много.
So this is a very poor call from Russia.
Выше, выше. Выше. Давай.
if Switzerland could draw one right down in on that in turn, they could even play the double and force Anna Sidorova to play the draw.
That's what immediately struck me there. There's all the final scores in those other games. The only one left is this 1 versus 2 Russia-Switzerland game.
So for me, the coach has been a big mistake there. It's not just about the 4 guys that are out nice, it's about the whole team setup and the dynamic. And for someone like Roger Schmidt to come down and call that draw is unexcusable, really.
But if it works out, do they review it and say, well, that was still the right call, or are they relying on a Swiss mistake here? But she's got to feel she's in a real chance here.
Yeah, this one's been thrown with a lot of weight, though. Makes the double and sets 2.
The best she could have done there, and she has put the Russian skip under a lot of pressure here. They enjoyed that.
Yeah, Swiss are just, they can't believe the coach has called that shot. They've got to get so cute with the guard to make that double. And then the slash is very difficult as well.
This is very missable.
You've got a feel for Anna Sidorova and Margarita Fominat. They have played so well through the week. Margarita especially, she has been far and above the best player on the women's competition.
Anna Sidorova is really going to have to pull out something special here, and she's very capable of it.
Yeah, looking for that 1 foot draw.
There's so many variables to take into consideration here, not least the pressure.
And this one looks really high and handsome at the moment. How's the weight? Tried to tap the red, but a big mistake.
And the Swiss can hardly believe they have won that game, but they have. What a performance from them. They were given that chink of light and they took it. They put Anna Sidorova under a huge amount of pressure. A very difficult shot to make, Kenny.
Yeah, it was a difficult shot to make, but you've got to say the coaching staff of Russia just let their team down there. They've got to pull that guard every day of the week.
Tremendous support for these girls here in the Palladium. And there is their celebration again. What a finish for them. And they'll wonder really how that actually happened, but they won't care. They won't care.
Yeah, it was a lackluster and poor performance from Switzerland, but a couple of mistakes from Russia towards the end of the game just helped Switzerland on their way. I can't quite believe Switzerland are in this final.
A real twist in the tail of that 1 versus 2 game. Who would have thought?
Norway, Switzerland, third end. And Thomas Olsrud with a chance to score 2 and take the lead for the first time in the game. And he threw this one to the back of the 8 foot and scored 2. Sixth end. And Sven Mikkel again being asked to play against two Norwegian stones. Throws too much weight. Hits this one half stone. Rolls away, and a steal of one. Seventh end. Again, Sven Mikkel playing against two counters. Drops the weight this time. And hits this one right on the nose to score one. But the 10th end, Norway running Switzerland out of stones. And it was a 5-2 win for Norway. Elsewhere though, as we've seen, Switzerland 6-5 over Russia in the page 1-2 for the women. Denmark, they really had a rollover of Scotland 8-3 after 7 ends. And the other game was Sweden versus Italy, 6-2 for Sweden.
And then there's the playoff, Kenny, and some surprises in there. Sweden against Italy was the 1 versus 2, and Switzerland, Norway the 3rd versus 4. So it's Italy and Norway in the semi-final for the men, and Switzerland.
Thomas, it's been quite an intense day for you, but you've come good in the end.
Yeah, we started off a bit bumpy for our standards, but we managed to bump back, and hey, we're in the semi-finals in the Europeans.
What did you make of Switzerland's performance? Did they give it all they had?
Yeah, I think we were lucky to get some breaks early in the game, and we were able to control the game from there on. And so at the end, it was quite easy for us, but early in the game, that was the big breaks we got.
And it's Italy next. What do you make of them?
That's the big surprise of the week. So they actually beat us hands down in the round robin, so it's payback time. So they're going to meet another in Norway tomorrow.
And this competition means so much to you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I would love to be able to play Niklas in the final, Team Sweden. So yeah, I'm going to give it my best tomorrow.
See what happens. Thanks, Thomas.
Thank you.
So winning skip, Thomas Oldred fairly confident going into the semi-final. Final score in the 3-4 game. Norway 5, Switzerland 2 from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2014 from Champéry, Switzerland. So from Alison Walker and myself, Kenny Edwards, thanks for listening, and join us for more action tomorrow from the semi-finals of the European Championships.